the one and only Vidya Balan for the upcoming film Do Aur Do Pyaar. And this is Zoran Sahir. Thank you so much for joining me on Urban Asian.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
Not at all, guys. I think this is let's kind of get one thing out of the way, that Do Aur Do Pyaar is a very complex kind of a title. And I think after seeing the trailer of the film, and one can actually say that there are so many aspects to relationships, what one perceives to be love as, how it's changed over the years, and obviously live-in relationships, infidelity, how it all goes. But I think the twist that's been given is very interesting and exciting. Vidya, let's start with you. What was your take when you kind of approached the script?
I fell in love with the idea, honestly,
Yeah.
because I think I've always been curious about people and relationships. And thankfully, I don't have any such personal experience, but I've always wondered what people stuck in, conundrums like this would actually end up doing. So I think when the idea was narrated to me, I fell in love with it. Then when I read the script, I fell in love with it even more because there's so much fun. There's romance, there's comedy, there's tears, there's everything in this.
True. And Pratik, obviously, you've done a lot of diverse work in the recent past with Scam 1992, and then to approach a script like with this, which is so diverse and very versatile. As a method actor, and I think from every work of yours that I've seen so far, I can safely say there definitely is a method to that madness. When you approach a role as different, what is your take as an actor? One, and I think as somebody who sort of views it as an audience as well, as an actor first.
So as an actor, I feel you have to be blessed to be offered different kind of films,
right?
Different kind of characters, because every actor wants to do diverse characters, so that we can offer something new to the audience every time. When I was offered Do Aur Do Pyaar, first I was amazed by the situations that these four characters are in, and then I laughed a lot, because these are some bizarre situations that nobody can even think.
True.
And it was I don't know, it was some surreal magic that happened with that. After I read the script and the moment we started shooting for it, there are a couple of close friends who were going through the similar situations that I came to know. So it is not so far away from the real life.
Yeah. I think Pratik, you rightly mentioned, I think Vidya, I want to ask you this because, traditionally speaking, when there's romance, there's obviously a boy who falls in love with a girl. There's a story that is attached to it. And of course, you have a few ups and downs, if I may say so. And I think if the families are okay with it, then you kind of go ahead with it. But traditionally speaking, cinema wasn't very brave enough to make stories that were telling and hard hitting because the audiences perhaps could not accept it. Now, obviously, things have changed. People want to see a slice of reality in everything they watch on screen. Do you think sensibilities have changed? And I think with that, even cinema and filmmakers are understanding the need of the hour.
I think sensibilities have definitely changed. More importantly, we as a society have become more open. We are having these conversations. Not only are we having these relationships, we're also being more open about them. We're being unapologetic. So you're bound to see that on screen.
Yeah.
But I'm very glad that we chose to do a humorous take on it.
Yeah.
And, it didn't go down the intense relationship story route because it could have,
Correct.
But the fun is that, like Pratik said, it's almost like bizarre. The situation is almost bizarre. And for an onlooker, it could be very funny, not for those going through it.
They are in the situation. They are actually going through it.
Yeah.
And in fact, films, the way films are changing, see, films have always been reflection of society.
True.
What we are seeing today is what we are living today.
Yeah. I think when I was watching the trailer as well, at the very start and at the very end, the very two crisp dialogues. And I think it is credit to the dialogue writer because, as you said, it's very witty, it's very off the cuff. It's something which is taking a very lighthearted take on something very serious. I think through the whole essence of making a film, sometimes tend to even forget that it is for an audience which obviously wants to come to cinemas and have a good time. But I think through that process of saying so, do you think also there is a moral responsibility to make sure you express it through a message, or sometimes a film's just solely through kind of give you a good time and go back home?
You see, not all the films and all the stories will have message on your face.
True.
But whatever that we hear, any kind of stories that we hear, there are situations that the characters are going through, and through their journey, we tend to learn something or the other.
Correct.
Now, it may be a message to you It
Yeah.
may not be a message to someone else, but so
Yeah.
each and every story tells something at least.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
So in these stories like this,
Yeah.
also there are no upfront messages that we are trying to give.
Correct. Correct.
In fact, what we have attempted here is that we have told the story in the most honest possible way
Very
for
true.
you to judge
Correct. Yeah.
without the judgment that we portrayed the
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Vidya, I just want to ask you, many a times, and I think from an audience's perspective, what seems to be a very hard-hitting film, or kind of a, say, for example, even if it's a biopic or a period drama, which is, far more difficult to get into character, and it just takes a mental toll on you, as against something which is very light and breezy, like I guess a rom-com. Is that a misconception many times people have? Because a film like this is actually very challenging if you haven't gone through it or sort of seen aspects of it. Was it a challenging role for you to take doing a film
No,
like
I
this?
think as actors, you're obviously not going to get to portray what only you've been through in life.
Correct.
So we're constantly borrowing from other people's experiences, from what we read, from what we watch, and all of that from life itself.
Sure.
So I don't think that is much of a challenge, but I do think that a romantic comedy, um, it, needs to strike a very fine balance.
True.
So that brings with it its own set of challenges. But I
Yeah.
have to say, it was joyous to work on this film. I
Yeah.
loved the way the scenes were written, the dialogues by Kausar Munir. They're just so Isha approached the film. Like
True.
Pratik said, it's a very non-judgmental lens. And
Right.
we really enjoyed the process of all of us actors, if I may say so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoyed the process of just being these people.
True.
No one is perfect. No one is right. No one is wrong.
True. And let's start with the two of you. Pratik, you first. What is the one takeaway that the audiences should look forward to on the day of the release? If this film could actually give out one thing, what would you want them to take away?
One thing which this film actually talks about right from the beginning till the end of the film,
Mm,
each and every frame and each and every dialogue and situation is that
right.
just add love to whatever you do. If
Yeah.
there is no love, nothing will work out.
Correct. Yeah. That's the best way of putting it. And Vidya, what would you say?
Yeah. I think I hope it brings people joy when they watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only hope. Whatever else they get from the film, that's up to them. But I hope it makes them smile and laugh and go back joyous.
Well, as long as the two of you are there on screen, I'm sure that is absolutely assured. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
talking to me. Wishing you all the very best. Look forward to many more. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, Zoran. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.